outside camera. The outside camera. Come on, speak to me, speak to me. I wonder if it's dust. Let's see. Let's try another plug. We interrupt this program. We interrupt this program. Where? Somewhere along this chain of plugs. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8 connectors on this cord between the camera and the computer. Let me go and unplug from this source. Just 1 sec. 1 sec, 1 sec, 1 sec. Let's work my way back down the cord. The USB into the computer. The USB A to C connector converter. No. The plug coming out of the video box. The plug coming into the video box. Nope. Down the extension cable. Plug at the beginning of the extension cable. Nope. The female connector on the extension cable. Nope. And then at the camera, unplug from the camera. Put it back in. No, let's restart the camera. No, all the connectors seem to be okay. Professionals at work. Warning, professionals at work. This is the outside camera. Have I got it selected properly? Let's check this. Properties. Oops. Good morning. only 3 minutes. Only 3 minutes late. It was all turned on. It was all connected. Somehow it had deselected itself since the last stream. Okay. The problem is behind the steering wheel. It's the what's the expression? The problem is the nut in front of the steering wheel. Not really. Okay, good morning. Saturday morning in Asakusa, ready for a dynamite weekend. I should just get a recording. I should just play you every morning. It's been the busiest day we've ever had here at Mokuhankan, whatever. Problem exists between keyboard. Not really. I mean, it was all set up. Usually we just come in, the plugs are all here, they're ready, we turn it on, and OBS keeps its settings. I turned it off on Thursday, we were here, I turned it back on this morning, and OBS usually keeps its settings. I just have to plug in the hardware. Today it didn't keep the setting. You can blame me if you like, I didn't check carefully enough. What's for breakfast, if only? Okay, what we've got today is a mixed bag. I mean, last Thursday, my God, that was a stream to forget quickly. I was so, what's the word? Discombobulated? Is that a real word? I was just discombobulated on Thursday, I'm sorry. There's so much going on here. That's an excuse, it's a reason, whatever, I'm sorry. There are big things going on, small things going on, and it's really hard to keep focused here. Have I visited the Hokusai exhibit at the Creative Museum? Are you talking about Tokyo? I don't know what you mean, I'm sorry. No idea. Okay, the options today among the different jobs, things that I have to do this weekend. The last batch of Patreon chibis from Yuki-chan came through last night. I have to get these because they've got to be posted today. So if I don't do it on stream, I've got to do it as soon as the stream is finished. We have to open a new batch of prints from Chiharu-san that's been out of stock for over half a year. Maybe nearly a year. We could open them, have a look at them. I won't need much checking because they're all going to be okay. Oh, and we have speck removal. Normally, you see me sometimes do chitty, where we get a batch of prints back and there's some chitty involved. This batch doesn't seem to have chitty. Whatever, maybe we'll do this and I'll talk to you about it when it's going on. I also have more separation work to do, shaving prints and getting them off their backboards. Let's do a bit of speck removal because I've got to get some of these into the shop today anyway. So these are all jobs that I have to do this morning. Shall we check the stock market report on Sunday's New York Times, October the 19th? What news is coming? Trump, oh, no, not yet. And show and tell. We have mountains of show and tell. More than I can possibly, if I sat here and did nothing else for the 90 minutes, we would have 90 minutes of show and tell. We're buying so much stuff recently. Okay, what to do? Let's do some speck removal, because I think perhaps you haven't seen that. You've seen chitty removal, but there's a story. Did you see what I just saw? I didn't touch the cable. Patron chibi that can wait for a few minutes. The cutting board can wait for a few minutes. I'll need this. Okay, let's figure out where the camera's going to be. We'll need a microscope, so I'll do it. But first, before we start the speckling, what would be the name when you're removing specks? Okay, this is a surihon, a package of prints that came from Chiharu-san. Surihon, K80 mai desu. 80 prints are inside here. And then we have Kebatachi wa arimasen deshita ga, Kebatachi, when we have the feathering, the little feathering. Before she started this job, I had warned her about this. I had asked her about the condition. I put the sizing up stronger than we usually do. I told her to be on the lookout for this. And she said, Kebatachi wa arimasen deshita. Good news. Ga, but, skoshi dosa yoakatta desu. Even though there was no feathering, the sizing was still a little bit on the weak side. She wants it up a bit more. Surihon yo ni ichimai nukete kudasai. Okay, she wants a better print to keep as a sample. So one of these, she wants me to send it back to her. Let's have a look. What's the print? It's been out of stock for 6, 7, 8, 9 months. It's this size, this dimension, printed by Chiharu-san in Nagano Prefecture. Any guesses on what it is? It includes mist. We're going to put it in the shop today, and all day long these prints will sell. It's the microwave, if only. It's one of our favorite prints. Maduk, no. General Zimmer, it's too small. Misty Nico is bigger than this. Oh, that reminds me, General Zimmer, thanks for sending the photographs the other day. I have a question for you. Nobody else is really going to understand this. General Zimmer sent some pictures of one of my old productions from 2004. 21 years ago, I made something called the Hanga Tamatiboko, the Hanga Treasure Chest. General Zimmer got an old copy of it. Is the acrylic stand there, General? I couldn't see it in your pictures. The acrylic part, when you open the box, there's an acrylic stand into which all the prints slide. I didn't see it in your photographs. Maybe it's missing. Mika Saland, take the first chocolate egg of the day. Back in stock. In fact, right now, before I forget, let me go and turn this on. Manage your system. Catalog edit. Edit an existing item. This is print number, where are we? This is print number 278. Move to the next step. Edit. Jakoitsu Chiharu Kawaii. The price is staying the same. Change it from reprinting to available. Click. Catalog is now updated. She wrote Mihon Yoni. That's what I said. Didn't I say? She wants a copy for a Mihon. Mihon Yoni ichimai nukete kudasai. Nuite kudasai. I thought that's what I said. Who is this? Oh, it's Sadako. Good morning, good morning. I thought that's what I said. Okay, anyway, thank you. Tom's asking, is the paper out? There is no paper out at all. No paper at all. There's no printers today or tomorrow. General Zimmer, the stand is still there. Dirty with mildew. Well, you can clean that. It's just acrylic. Okay. Here we are. Look at this print. Back in stock after so many months. The reason for the delay, well, I can sort of blame it on Kubota-san, because Kubota-san has not been available to do subscription prints. Chiharu-san, the only one of our printers who can do this one beautifully, has been printing subscription prints. So this has gone out of stock for, I don't even know, since last spring or longer. If you can see the embossing, it's very light here. We have Horiburu, the usual embossing. Horiburu, Suri, Kawaii, Chiharu. I'm so pleased with this one. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous print. Our problem now, okay, I can toss this out to you as fans, collectors, customers. Dave here has a conundrum. And it's to do with one of the things we were talking about the other day about how to price the prints. The blocks for this are here. They were carved long ago. The cost of the blocks is amortized long ago. I carved it. I was paid. It's gone. My costs now on getting this to market, getting it into the shop, are the printer cost, the paper cost, and then the general stuff, you know, a proportion of the rent, the packaging, the salaries of all the other people in the building. Every print has to cover its portion of those things. But the number one factor on what this costs me to make now is how much to pay the printer. John's saying carver royalty. Because I'm the carver, I'm not legally allowed to get a carver royalty on this. So the carving of this has been amortized into my salary. If an outside carver paid it, we would need to pay a carver royalty. And maybe when I'm retired from Mokuhankan, if I quit Mokuhankan or leave or sell it to somebody else or whatever, at that point I will be able to get a royalty. But at the moment, there's no carving cost. Anyway, don't sidetrack me. This will sell out extremely quickly in the shop and online. And given the fact that we can't reprint it again within the time it takes to sell them out, it will be out of stock again. Let me try and say it again. We've got this in now after a long break. It will sell out at this price. It will sell out in about a month. There's 80 copies here. It will then be out of stock again for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months because Chiharu-san has lots of other jobs to do, including the Great Wave. If I put the price up, because of the high demand, if I put the price up from 15,000, what is it? It's about $150 or something. I don't remember what it is on the catalog. If I put the price up to say closer to $200 because of such high demand, fewer people will buy it. And instead of selling out in 1 month, it will sell out 2, 3, 4, 5, and maybe it'll take 4, 5, or 6 months to sell. But they will still all be gone within the same time frame. But because it's selling at, let's just pick a number, $200, the royalty, the price that I pay to the printer, I could increase it by $30 or $40. She would earn much more money. She would really, really, really like me to put the price up on this. It will make no difference in the market. We will still sell them out over the same time period it takes to reprint it. She will earn much more money. Mokuhankan, of course, would earn a bit more as well. So by keeping the price the same, they will all go quickly to the lucky people who happen to be here at the right time, but she will earn less. So the printers are looking at me and saying, Dave, we can't keep up anyway. Put the prices up, please. The idea there too, if we're paying the printers more and more and more, wouldn't that help to attract more printers to this business? So Dave sits here thinking, I don't need more for this. The carver has already been paid. We're doing well. We're paying our rent. We're paying salaries. We have profit left over. I don't need to raise the prices. But I do need to raise the prices to make sure the printer gets more money and we have a better chance of getting printers. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't want to be a bean counter. Demand goes up. Hey, you can put the price. They will still all sell. I don't want to just take money because I can. Anyway, whatever. Feedback is welcome. I'll try and read this later. I mean, somebody's mentioning dynamic pricing. Give me a break. I am so repelled by that concept. I would rather just quit business than get involved in dynamic pricing. Put the prices up in the spring and fall when the tourists come and put the prices back down in the summer. Give me a break. Airlines do it, I guess, but to me, that's just sort of, in this environment, that would be borderline unethical. So, whatever. Someone says, I'm not taking money because I can, I'm taking it to support the workers. I know. Someone's saying, this looks a bit different from the online image. That's actually related exactly to this. Chiharu-san has asked me, please keep one of these as a sample that she can use for next time. And I talked to her on the phone about this. What do you mean? You've got a sample. And she pointed out that the pictures that we've been using, the original sample I sent her, in fact, maybe I've got one here. We have over the 23 or 4 years that we've been doing this, we have wandered off Dave's original sample. And maybe the online picture is taken from what I made years ago. Let's have a look at that. Well, here's one, signed by me. Okay, this would have been made by me many, many years ago. When did we publish this? 2003, I think I published this. So this is one of my copies made back in 2003. Yeah, look at this. We have wandered. I remember telling her, get away from the purple a bit, make this a bit more blue. And she's gone the other way. I had purple sky and a bluish purple mountain. We've made her go a more classical blue with purple mountain. But the picture on the website perhaps is from my own original version. The shape of the ripples look different, not just the colors. There's been no block carving. This block set she's using is the untouched original blocks. We've had no recutting at all on this one. It's an example of, look at this, how much variation. Look at the shadows in the on this thing here. Look at this. I remember going through this when I first published this. There is so many possible variations on this. And there's no canonical original copy left from Koitsu. The Doihanga company crapped out so badly when they made their version. I've got a copy from Doihanga. Should I get it? Can you, if I leave you alone for 1 minute and go and get that copy, if I can find it? I think I know where it is. One sec. I think I can find it. I think I can. please, come on. Here it is. I think I can, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. I think I can, I think I can. I got it. I got it, I got it, I got it, I got it. Okay, thanks it, thanks it, thanks it. Oh, I left the door open. Oh, blocking the camera, yeah, right. Oh, brain's not. Sorry about that. The door to upstairs, the door which doesn't have long to live. Okay, this is published by the Doi Hanga Company, and I bought this in, oh, I don't know, maybe about the time I was making my version of this. So I would have bought this in 2003, somewhere around there. I bought it from a place called, not Fuji Arts. What's this shop called? On Omotesando Dori. They sell antiques, screens and pottery and prints and paintings. Fuji something. Fuji Arts, no, that's the American company. It's called Fuji something on Omotesando. Oh, maybe it's got the name on the price tag. Fujitori. This is where I bought it. It's focus, 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 focus. Fujitori, genuine woodblock print. And where's the price? The price was 10,000 yen. But this is 20 odd years ago. And it's got doi hanga. This was cheap, cheap, cheap. It wasn't cheap at the time. This is published by the Doi Hanga Company from the original blocks. It's not from the 1930s. It's a post-war printing. It would have been printed around the time I bought it. I bought it in 2000 or so, and it would have been printed about then. And it's in our Hall of Shame now. My God, look at this. Just look at this. I bought it because just, I wanted to sit there and try and get some idea of how it was originally done. And there's only one word to say about this, and it's, somebody's got it. Ew. This is Doi Hanga Company. And actually, they can't even do this anymore. It's that thing, the original Doi, when he started his company back in the 1920s, I guess it was. It's like Watanabe-san or Toei Sadachi. These guys were crazy. They wanted to make fabulous prints. But 2 generations into the future, it's all gone. It's all gone. So my point about this, which is true, the purple or the blue, there is no canonical version, because this was one version from Doi. When they sent it to another printer a month later, it would have come back completely different. And if you look on ukiyo.org for versions of this print, you're not going to find 2 the same. So Dave sat down, reverse engineered the block set, and tried to make. This was my, I thought, very decent version, and I still think very decent version. We've now morphed it over the years, and this is Chiharu-san's decent version. Is it canonical? I don't know. It's a very, very good interpretation of the scene and of the blocks. Hontoni, I think a little bit lighter mist, like mine. I think my mist, her mist is a bit too bright, maybe, and comes down too far. I think when I send her a sample, I'll do both. I'll send her one of these and mine, and we'll chat about this. I'd like her to make the mountain a bit more misty overall and bring the mist band a bit quieter. If this is all you see, nothing wrong with this, it works. But I think it's less mysterious. I'd like a bit more mystery. Nothing canonical to that level. It's almost not possible to get it exactly the same all the time and to keep it going for all those years. So it's the same thing. If you only had one to look at, you'd say, wow, that's fabulous. Given a choice, everybody will have their preference. I think it should be this way. I think it should be that way. I think it should be this way. And it's one of my struggles as a publisher to try and make these decisions. Look, there's all the test prints. Just nail it down. Get going. Get the thing out of here. There we are, back in stock at a woodblock shop near you. We've already used up half an hour. Oh my God, get some work done. Where can I put it safely? Okay, what are we going to do for our first job this morning? We're going to do a bit of speck removal. Okay, there's a story on this one. Again, am I talking too much? I don't know. I'm supposed to be working. Whatever. This is a batch of prints that has come back from our associate printer. He's not an employee, Mitamura-san. He works as a freelance. He's a freelance printer in town. We would refer to him here as a kumiai printer. He's freelance, but he gets jobs through the Hanga Kumiai, which is sort of the guild, the association of printers and carvers. There's a dozen or so guys left now. Went to the last meeting. When did I go with Taran-san? He and I went to the Solkai in April. I think there was 12 people there, 13 people there. I don't remember. There used to be dozens and dozens and dozens. I used to be the youngest guy in the back of the room. Now I'm one of the oldest in the room and there's only a dozen of us left. Whatever. I'm not a real member of that group. I went to the meeting in April to try and sort of help see what was going on and if we can help support it. Taran-san is also a member. Anyway, Mitamura-san is one of those guys. He needs work, he asks for work, so we've given him some test jobs earlier. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. He has gradually, bit by bit, come around to our way of doing things. He prints now with a reasonable level of black. You know, the kumiai guys, they print with a jet black key block, and it makes prints really quite vivid and ugly. Mitamura-san has come around to our way of doing things, and black it is, but it's not a super rich jet black. This is still a bit blacker than I would like, but anyway, it's within reason. Okay, long story short, we gave him this batch of prints, must be a couple of months ago before I went to Canada. He comes every few weeks, hands in the previous job, we look at it together, we chat. He says, what's next? I give him a set of blocks and some paper. Now, Mitamura-san also does his own sizing. He really wasn't happy with the way I was sizing the paper, and he has a bit of experience doing it himself, so we did a couple of tests. And okay, over to you. The paper I give him now is the raw paper from Iwano-san. He sizes it to his own taste. He prints it, and lo and behold, they're okay. I think he's used a bit too much water on the key block. We're getting droplets at the back, but he is well within the parameters of what I can put out as a nice print for sale. But this time, there was a problem. We discussed the blocks. I thought, what kind of paper do we need? And to make this print, we used the sheet of paper called Obosho. Obiru Bosho. Look at the view window here. If you imagine 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A sheet of paper that big. We don't cut it in half. We cut it in 6 pieces. And that's enough to make this print. So we decided this. We looked at the measurements. And I gave him enough paper for the batch. He went home and sized it, made the prints, and brought them back. He brought them back, and I'm like, yeah, that looks cool, but wait a minute, what's this? There's black speck here in the sky. I look at the next one. Wait, there's another black speck here on the thing. Mitamura-san, what's going on? There's black specks all over this thing. What have you done? And he's like, whatever, it's in the paper, and it's in the places outside the border as well. And almost every single sheet in this entire batch has small black specks. Now they're black. They're not bark. They're not brown marks. This is not chitty. This is dirt. And I first thought, Mitamura-san, what have you done? You've got dirt in your moistening water? And he says, no. So we go upstairs to my paper stock. I had given him, 20 sheets from that particular batch of paper. We go up there and we look, and yes, the rest of the sheets in that specific batch of paper are filthy. They're filthy with tiny little black dots all over them. And I hadn't noticed. They were too small. When you see a big single sheet of paper, you don't notice it. But once you've got a finished print, they jump right into your eyes. So we looked at this. This was paper that I received about 2 years ago. Because with us, it's a first in, what do you call it? First in, first out. First in, last out. No. First in, first out. We put the paper in and it sits there, and the paper we're using is the oldest stuff in the batch. So new paper goes into the stuff, but we're using the oldest paper. So is that first in, first out? I don't remember how it works. It's a queue. Last in, first out. You know, I'm not really sure how the grammar works on this. The point being, we write dates on this, put it in a stack, and whenever I'm opening a new batch, I look for the oldest batch. Okay, I'm with you. I'm not sure myself. First in, first out sounds like the same, whatever. So we're using the oldest paper. So the point being, we looked at this, and this is now paper that I received 2 years ago. So I can't get on the phone, Iwano-san, this paper, what's going on? Because he wouldn't have any clue what had happened. It's a batch of paper he had made for me 2 years ago. But Detective Sherlock here knows what's happened. And we've talked to Iwano-san about this before. Chiritori is one thing. They're doing what they can. But their workroom is filthy. It's filthy, absolutely filthy. And he's got, at my request, he's taken plastic sheets and stapled them up on the roof there to try and avoid dust and crap falling into the tub. But that was years ago he did that. It's now covered again with dust and muck. And when you're dipping paper, you've got bamboo rods up there and you've got strings stretching. And there must have been, while he was making this batch of paper, at some point, a clump of crap fell from the roof into the batch. He tried to get it out. Whoops. Well, what am I going to do now? Stir it up and make the paper. Now I get two choices. I can throw away these prints. It doesn't really mean, look at from there. It looks pretty good, right? But when you zoom in, there's specks everywhere. Everywhere. So what we did was we went through, one of the girls went through and picked out the ones first that looked to be as clean as possible with nothing that she could see, and then she put the rest on my desk. And this happened when I was in Canada. It's been sitting there since then. Can we zoom in close enough that you can see what's going on? Let me see if I can find it. Just a sec. Let's see if we can zoom in so you can see. There's the zoom point. Yeah, national treasure dust. Yeah. Where's my pointer? This one may be okay. It's pretty small. So there's a couple of factors here. One of them is what's the value of my time? But it's not just simply value of my time. It's a question of the value of what we've already paid. We've paid the printer for these. This was not his fault. I gave him paper. He did his job. I had to pay him for these prints. If I reject these prints as being not suitable for sale, there's no way I can do so and not pay Mitamura-san. I have to pay Mitamura-san. I gave him the paper. I said, make the prints. He did his job. So he's already been paid, of course. He's been paid for all of these. So if I toss these now, the money that I'm tossing away is the retail value of these prints. I think these are they 8,000 yen in the catalog? I don't remember. I don't know. No, it's more than that. I think they're $80, are they? I don't remember. So if I throw away one of these, I'm throwing away now about $70 or $80. So it's not a question of how much I get paid per hour. It's a question of, can I save $80 with, 3 or 4 or 5 minutes work? And the answer is yes. Half off sale. No, we don't do it that way. Are they $75? Okay, thank you. So what I have to do is give this a try, because it really, if it's a clean, easy spec that's sitting here, it shouldn't take me more than a couple of minutes to get rid of it. If it's deep in the paper and I'm going to have to excavate, then we've got a lost print. We'll write it off, we'll take a tax deduction, and away we go. Laser spot removal. I guess it could be a thing. I don't know. Getting that all set up, I don't know. So it's certainly worth it to me to go through this pile and remove the ones that can easily be removed. If they can't be, then we've got the time is money factor coming in, and away we go. Out it goes. The easy ones will indeed be easy. So to save whatever it is, $75, absolutely, we can do this. That speck was on the top surface of the paper. It came off easily. How much do I have to worry about? Is that another one? At what level are we getting obsessive about this, and at what level is it reasonable? Actually, now that I have told all our fans that these exist, I have to get rid of as much as possible, because people will be looking for them. Good to go. Okay, we've saved $75. Boom. Do we care about the back? Well, honestly speaking, no. If there's a little bit of black spot like this on the back, I think that can stay. For me to start digging that out, given that this is the back of the print, I'm sorry. That would be obsessive compulsive beyond any reason whatsoever. Please, please, please. If you hold me to that standard, I think we're going to have to part ways. Tom's got it. It adds charm. Excuse me, something in my throat. No, too small, can't touch that one. I would leave more damage. Again, some of these are just so ridiculously small. I think it's just, here we're going to look at 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you see them? I think you can't see them. So, these are too small. Well, somebody's saying, just say it's a natural occurrence of a handcrafted item. We've been through this conversation many, many, many times. It's an extremely slippery slope. It is an argument that a lot of people, or a viewpoint that many people have, handmade things, they want to see imperfections. We try and take the other viewpoint. We try and remove as many imperfections as possible. And if we can see it as an imperfection, we don't want the thing to go out. So somebody can't see it through the dust on their screen. So, okay, someone's asking about the borders. That's also another. This print will go out as a bleed print. This is the way we make it. That's the registration corner. This is another one of the registration corners. And when we're printing these, we don't want to waste too much paper. But as I said, it comes from a sheet. There's a sheet yay big, and we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from that sheet. So it turns out that the paper has a bit of extra margin on this side. We will not be selling it like this. The ladies in the packing department will be trimming this right to the color edge. I don't have one in the shop to show you right now, but it will be trimmed right to the edge. It will go out as a bleed print with no margins. Maybe I've got one that I can show you, just a sec. Here. Here's how it will go out like this. It will be a bleed print with no margins. Like this. So don't get worried about the fact that at the moment it has an uneven margin. That's not a factor. Good question. You like the margin. Some prints have margins, some don't. I mean, there's not a single standard type that we publish. The print like that Tagobe, the Mount Fuji print I just showed you a minute ago, that makes a lot of sense to have a margin because it also makes sense to sort of look at that one from a distance. There will be people framing that. It needs a margin because it looks like a landscape. This is not a landscape print. It's a small hold in the hand object. So having margins doesn't help you visually see the thing. In fact, it detracts. It's my viewpoint on this is. Prints like the old Surimono prints don't need margins at all. There's a visible one. How could we have avoided this? Well, what we could do, in theory, is each time we receive one of these paper packages, we received a package of 500 sheets of paper, I guess, in theory, at that point, that day, we should have opened it, inspected it, although I guess I tend to inspect big sheets of paper for such tiny dots. It's really, really, really difficult. And there's no way we would have realized at that time, 2 years ago when this package came in, that we had a problem. And it's possible the Iwano people didn't even notice it themselves. Again, these dots stand out once you've got a finished print, but they don't stand out on a huge white blank sheet of paper. So I don't think they screwed us around. I think just they didn't know. I don't know. I'm being a little bit kind to them. I think we hear the vacuum cleaner across the street from the hotel, right? These prints do come in the packaging in the shop and in the online store. There will be a story sheet packaged with this, and it will credit the carver, me on this case. And for these group, it will credit the printer, Mitamura-san. So yes, where possible. These prints don't have an embossed printer carver credit. That will be in the accompanying documentation. Could I save some of the bad prints and use them as training tools for people we might train in the future? I'm not sure what you mean by a training tool. When somebody's training as a printer, they have a print sample and they try and match it. We have those. Everything in our catalog, we have master copies. We call them a mihon. We keep a mihon for everything here. These will just go into the file as NG. There's a huge file over in Ome of NG prints. What have we got? Takiben driver. はい、どうも。今日早いですね。はい、ありがとうございます。はい、どうも。はい。That's the black cat driver, Kuro Yamato. He's normally not here till about 9:30. Yeah, he's early. He's usually here about an hour from now. No complaint. This one now, this one here is a bit different. This is chitty, the one I'm doing here now. This is not a little black speck. This is a piece of actual bark. And we're going to try and open up. Scrape out the bark scrap. We may lose this one, we may get it, I don't know. I've experimented with recycling washi. Well, we don't make washi, remember. We have years and years and years ago, I discussed this with Iwano-san. The offcuts, for example, when our staff trims this, they will be trimming this, and this part of the paper will be thrown away. Now, it's actually good mulberry. So we discussed with Iwano-san many years ago, do you want me to keep these offcuts and send them back to you, and you can throw them in the tub again to save, to recycle, to use the washi scraps instead of using 100% brand new kozo fiber? And he blew me away. No. And there's 2 or 3 reasons why not. One is a couple of things. This has glue mixed in. This is no longer pure washi paper. We've sized this. It has Nikkawa glue mixed in. That's a downer for him. The other one is because he's a living national treasure, there are certain restrictions on what he can do and still retain the word living national treasure. And that means, of course, his paper has to be made with 100% virgin blah, 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 blah. So he's not really allowed to get into the recycling business and still call his paper a Kizuki Hosho, virgin, virgin paper. So that's another factor. And another one is he just doesn't want to be bothered. So we've stacked it up here. And we've told this story before. In earlier years, when I lived in Ome, there was a hobbyist printmaker, a man called Azuma-san, and he happily came over every year. He and a bunch of his friends made New Year's cards with paper that they had made themselves. So he happily took my trimmings and used them to make paper. He passed away a long time ago, and I haven't been able to find somebody else who will take them from me. Recently, we talked to Murata-san about this, and she is happy to take them to use for experimental paper. Problem is, she's in Echizen and we are in Tokyo, and we have bags and bags and bags and bags and bags of this stuff. So one day, when there's a truck or car going from here to there, we will toss them on board and she can have them. But Iwano-san doesn't want to use them. How many tens of thousands of prints do we have in the 2 buildings? I really, really have no way of knowing. I'm sorry. I can't even grossly estimate how many woodblock prints we have here. This one looks okay. Why did they set this one aside? If I can't see it with a microscope, I think that one can go through. My knife is indeed chipped, absolutely. If you can see, so somebody noticed this? It doesn't have a sharp point on. It's been sitting on the desk here, and at some point somebody's knocked at me. It's chipped. The tip is gone. I'm not carving here, but whatever. Where's the dot? Where's the dot? If I don't see it here, I think we're okay. There it is, there it is, there it is. Yeah, there it is. you don't happen to see a notched spoon laying around, you know, John, we are getting closer to the time where we are going to start excavating here. I know the staff is really bugging me about this now. They're kind of a little disgusted that there's such a mess right here in the middle of the shop. And I can feel it coming. There's going to be a day here. They're going to stand around me in a ring, and a couple of them are going to put rubber gloves on. They're going to say, Dave, get out. It's time to start excavating. So it really is. The day is coming closer when this workbench area will be cleaned up. I can feel it. I can feel it. There's a whole bunch of them here. Look at this. Can you see? 1, 2, 3. And we will certainly turn up a spoon, and I'm hoping we will turn up a knife, a chisel. We'll see. How's our time? 8:52. Look at this. I was thinking I should change to another job, but no, I think we'll do this. We'll stay with it until show and tell time. We'll keep doing this until 9:15, and then we've got, it's an interesting show and tell that I'm not really sure about. We've got some old prints from the Taisho era, and they came up on, this was a Yahoo auction last couple of weeks ago. And I bought them, but I might have made a mistake. Stand by for show and tell. Did I screw up and buy something that I really shouldn't have bought, or is it a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful? The reason I'm nervous about it is two things. I'm not 100% sure if they are woodblock prints, and also going by the pictures in the auction, the condition looks to be very, 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 very. So we'll have a look. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. It must have been a shower of dirt falling into the vat, you know. And at that point, they're screwed. There's no way to filter it at that point. The neti is in the vat. Everything's floating well. You get a shower of dirt falling into that vat where they're rocking paper, and there's absolutely no way that they could have got it out and filtered it without throwing away the whole thing. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of raw material. Any pool news? Nope. What did she pass me? I went only 3 times last week. Monday was a national holiday. Tuesday the 14th was cleaning day. So I had a very light week in the pool. And what's the deal? I think I can report. It's no big deal. Whatever. You know, I keep my data sheet. She passed me twice. There was no result because she wasn't there. And then she passed me once. So on the 3 days. For what it's worth. Should we do the spoon hunting on stream? I don't think so. It's just going to be, it's a pile of stuff. It's just mostly, you know, I unwrap something and maybe you've seen me, I toss stuff aside after unwrapping. So most of what's on the shelf here is just going to be things that garbage. It'll be 3 things. It'll be over to the garbage can, out for filing, or just put it back because it's a tool that I use now and then. Big spot in one of the white flowers. On this one or the previous one? Oh, is that the one we're talking about here? Is that it? Yeah, okay. Thank you, whoever it was. Are we taking chocolate eggs? I don't know. Who was that? John. You should have known. Photographer. Oh. This is a big one. And it's right in front of where the bird's looking. So if I can get it out invisibly, fine. But it may leave too much of an excavation. I think possibly there's another one here. We may lose this one. But rather than just throw it away now, let's give it a try. Yeah, it's deep. Oh, no, it's not dirt. It's chitty, and it's deep, and it's feathered. No way can I dig that out without leaving an excavation. No way. This one, yeah. This one, yeah. No way can I do that. This is going to go in the NG pile. Too bad. That's right in there. It's a big piece of chitty. It is deep. And you see on the back too, there's another piece right next to it, even bigger. No, look at this huge piece of chitty here. Ideally, one with a piece of chitty that big, I can partly put this on the printer. Because when the printer is getting the paper ready, he cuts the paper, gets it all in size. He gets ready to put his moisture on. And I think that would have been visible. And at that point, the printer should think to himself, whoa, look at this. And he looks on the sample, that's right in a bad place. And the printer, I think, at that point, should have either put that sheet aside, or he should have put it first in his stack, so it goes as his test sheet. You know, the colors are not quite ready yet, knowing that this would never make it through. Nope, we lost one. Can't be helped. It's in the name of the game. I'm curious though, it's a place like Toyota, they're making cars. We've all seen these pictures, car factories, and we've seen these pictures. At the very end of the factory, there's these tunnels with all these super bright lights, you know, and the cars are under this. It looks like a scene from a science fiction movie where the cars, all polished, move down through this tunnel with all the bright lights. I guess they're checking for scratches or dents or something. What do they do when they find a scratch at that point? I mean, you can't like fix a scratch under that kind of a... What do they do? I don't know. For me at this point, there's no way I can reclaim this one. Just going to go out. So does Toyota have a back lot? Send this one out to the back lot. Throw it away. We can't save this one. Oh, this is sitting on top. It's just dirt. Whoa! Bonus points. We've had that before, you know. I don't know if you saw what I did. There was what looked like chitty sitting on the surface of the paper. I got it under the scope and I could see it was actually not in the print. It was a piece of dust from my desk or something here sitting on the paper. And we've had this. Something like that. If we'd packed it, it goes through packing, goes through shipping, somebody gets the print over in, you name it, Germany. He sends me a picture, Dave, there's a problem with this print. And I see it in the photograph, it looks like really bad chitty. Okay, I get it, slip one out, send it back, whatever. We send a replacement. It comes back. I open the package, and it flies away because it wasn't in the paper at all. But there's no way to tell. This happens. Every now and then this happens. Can't be helped. There's no way, you know. We all try and do our job at each stage, but there's no way we can bat 1,000, you know. This one's on the back, but it's slightly visible from the front, but it's going to be accessible from the back. This is good. Look at that. Look at that piece of black crap deep inside the paper. Look at that. Living national treasure. Perfect. How we doing? 9:02 coming up. Oh, what's next on the schedule? It's Saturday morning, 9:02. Any minute now, coming in the door. Should be Sadako-san. No need for glue. No, because I'm not. The glue is needed when you've got something inside and I cut a flap, open the flap, take out the middle stuff and close the flap. We got to glue it back down. That's only happened once here today. You saw me do that on the back. These ones from the front, what I'm doing is the chitty that I'm picking off is near the top and I'm simply slicing it out, leaving a tiny little depression, which is really kind of not visible. So there's nothing to glue down here. The glue is only necessary for the open flap type. You know, the open heart surgery. Cut in, open it up, do the surgery, close it up again. This one, we're just going to slice into it. It's like some kind of thing on human skin, like a mole or something. We're just going to carefully slice underneath it. It now falls away. There it is. You can see it falling away. There it's on the knife. Here it is. There it is. He's gone, and there's now nothing left. There's a tiny, tiny, little tiny crater that once I've taken it away, I can never find this again. There's no way. It's a divot. Yeah, is that it? It's a divot. Please replace all divots. This is another one. Maybe I can't get this. This is too big. This is not one of these little black dirts. This is an actual piece of, oh. Now we'll see. This separates the men from the boys. This is classic chitty, brown bark, just under the surface. Might be too close to the surface to allow a flap. Yeah, it's on the flap itself. Let's try, scrape it off. There it goes. Here it is there. Can you see it? It's there. It's the same color as, there it is. See it here. There it is. That's come off. But that was on the top surface. Okay, out you go. Now, dab of glue. Got it. Look at that. Can you find it? Where was it? Is it there? It's right there. Plus $75. Not really, not minus $75. Do I get a bonus? Do I get paid? The other thing too, I really shouldn't be doing this on stream because it comes back to bite us in the ass. It sets up an expectation that every print that Mokuhankan sells doesn't ever have any of these tiny black dots in it. And of course that's not true. You could perhaps make the claim that every single print that leaves this building does have some of these because the paper is not perfect. And I'm setting myself for failure. You guys are looking at this. Okay, good, Dave cleans them up. One day you order a print, I've checked, it looks okay, looks okay, looks okay, sent it out, and there's a little one of these black dots somewhere in it. And you're going to see it and think, wait a minute, did I get a bad one? I'm setting myself up for failure here. I'm doing this now because this particular batch really is just over the top too much. There are too many of these black dots scattered all through this particular batch of prints. There's no way, and I've got to sort of maybe make it clear, there's no way every one of the hundreds of prints we send out each month gets this treatment. I'm being forced to do it now because this particular batch is just, oh my God, it's too much. So please cut me a little bit of slack. How's our time? 9:08. John's talking about his next trip to Japan here. There's an email in my box, John. I haven't got around to replying to you yet. Sorry. I was trying to work out myself what schedule is happening here during that time. Our own family trips are being mixed up this year, so I hadn't replied to you yet. I'm sorry. John sent me an email a while back. He's going to be on over, and should we do sumo together? And I'm up for it, but I'm not quite sure still about the dates. Also, I've got to figure out the deal here. Last time when John was here, he actually, it seems a bit strange. John's visiting from America. He came here. He bought sumo tickets, like from America, instead of me buying them here. I think I tried to buy dinner, and it didn't work out. We didn't go for dinner, so we had a kind of an unbalanced day. He got the sumo tickets, and I didn't get the dinner tickets, so whatever. So we have to work it out this time a bit better. I've never bought sumo tickets here. I don't even know how to do it. And John's an expert on getting the tickets from overseas. So, and it's not like that's a good balance. Sumo tickets are way more than the cost of a dinner anyway. Speaking of emails, is that topic from this week something you wanted to touch on? What are you remembering that I'm not remembering? Can visiting foreigners go to sumo events? Are you kidding? Not half, I don't know, ask John, he's the expert here. I was going to say half the customers are foreigners. I don't think it's true. X% of them, of course. It's a big, big, big deal. If you're curious, ask John. John's the expert here. He will know how to get tickets and what's going on and everything. I know nothing about it. Oh, here we go. Good morning, good morning. Hello. How's the trip today?
Not so bad.
Not so bad. Can you come and say hello?
I'm going to take
Okay. She'll come back in a bit.
You're talking about small tickets.
About? Huh?
Small ticket.
Sumo tickets, yeah, I think.
When I left home, it was quite chilly. Now, it's not.
It's warming up, is it?
Yeah, much warmer.
It's strange weather though, you know. It's still hot. They had the air conditioner on the other day. Still, you know. Sadako's here. Good morning, good morning. Get this out of the way.
Morning.
Hello, hello, hello. Ohio, moin, moin. All kinds of everything. People talking to you in French. And bonjour, Madame Sadako, Mademoiselle. I don't know.
You've been struggling.
Huh?
You have been struggling.
Well, actually, it's going quite well. And the ones that are too small, of course, I leave it. I've only had one so far that I couldn't save. And I don't really know, you know, to blame Iwano-san. It's clear what's happened. You know, you've seen the place they're working. And just maybe a truck went by and one clump, potom, fell in. And maybe,
scattered around.
well, maybe, imagine it falls in and Jun-san or his mother might have noticed it. And they would quickly get in there and scoop and try and get it. But you could sort of, if it starts to spread around, and once you move the water, it spreads around.
Yes.
And this whole batch, they're still upstairs, this whole batch is full of it. I didn't mention, we're going to be able to use this paper. Once I realized with Murata-san that the rest of this batch was all full of this black dirt, I don't have to throw it away. I can't use it for this kind of print. But we get a print like well, no, not that Tago Bay, because that still has open spaces. Find a print that is nighttime. The Yoshida bowed at nighttime. No one on this planet would ever know. So we will use that paper for a different image, one that doesn't matter. Someone's got it. When in doubt, black it out. Yoshida himself talked about this in his book. He said, if you're struggling, if there's problems, turn it into a night scene. He literally said this, you know, get the black out and cover it all up. So. How you been this week? Haven't seen you for a week, since last weekend.
Yeah, my grandson had a test season.
Oh, it's Juken season, right?
Not as you can.
No?
And
What?
they have 3 terms. And in one term, they have 2 test season. They are going to check how they studied
Okay.
well.
So this is not the national test. These are internal to his school.
Internal.
Okay.
And he
But
was
just run up, I forget. He's getting ready to go to college or getting ready to go to high school? What
he's
level?
the 2nd grade. And the first freshman in the senior high school.
High school, okay. So his next challenge will be the university entrance.
But he can go much easier. He's a Fuzoku.
Yeah,
He's a
okay. So
branch of-
the high school he's going to is already connected. Probably it's a university with a high school, middle school,
Private
elementary school, probably
university.
even a kindergarten or something
Yes.
right the way down.
No. From the junior high.
Junior high, okay. So what, those kids get preference because they're in the organization already?
Yes, according to the journal he chooses. So it's very high and his mark is good enough. He can choose whatever.
Okay, well that's interesting. When we hear about this, we sort of, say in terms of America, somebody trying to get into Harvard, for example. If their parent went to Harvard and they're an alumni and they're paying money for the Harvard endowment and stuff, it might be easier for this kid to
I
get into
don't know
Harvard.
that world.
In this situation, because he's in the high school, it's part of the same organization. So is it fair that he gets a better chance to go to the university as opposed to an outside student?
But people know that system and their parents pay quite a fortune for the tuition fee.
And also, he had to go through an exam to get into that high school in the first place.
Anyway,
yes.
yes.
So you just do your exams earlier.
But anyway, he has to go through the test to go to the
Okay.
university.
So it's not a free pass. He
No.
still has to get a decent. Okay. I have no
Much-
idea. You know.
much more
Why
advantage.
then, in an era now when Japan is heavily losing population, there's far fewer kids of school age. Why is there still such pressure?
Yes, there are ranks of the universities, and these high rank universities don't have any problem. But lower rank, so most, if these students were going, quite a lot of competition. But now students' numbers are lower. And then they go to these top range universities. And low rank universities or colleges.
Okay, wait. So the top ranked people then, they're lowering their standards?
I don't know.
Well, they must be, by what you said. If all the people who couldn't have made it before into the top ranked university, the population is lower, so the number of top students is lower, so lower ranked students are now getting into higher ranked schools.
Yes,
So the standards are dropping.
I heard a professor from the Tokyo University, the quality of students is
Kids these days.
And also many Chinese students are going to a class.
And these guys, these are the top.
Yes.
Okay.
And my grandson is going to Tokyo University.
Okay, wait a minute. So this is a different story then. Even though there's fewer Japanese students aiming for these top ranks, if there's more international students, well-trained international students, they're competing with the Japanese kids now.
Yes. Especially for Chinese students, much easier than.
Okay, I get it. So this kid's still struggling. I mean, he's got to work to get there. Okay. But do you think it makes a difference these days? If you go back 20, 30, 40 years, the kid coming out of a top-ranked university, whether he's smart or not, we don't know, but coming out of a top-ranked university, he could get whatever job he wants because they will grab him. But is that still the case now?
Still overall stream.
No, what I mean is a top graduate from a top university can still grab whatever job he wants. But because there's so few students in the job market, any student now can get a job basically anywhere.
Theoretically.
Theoretically. Theoretically. If there's 1,000 jobs available and only 500 students available, it's a student's market. It's a buyer's market.
But many students are not starving. They have choices and they can leave their parents' place. So even though they don't work, they can survive.
That's my point. That's my point. So it's a buyer's market. The students have all the advantage these days. So why do they need to go through examination hell? Even if they don't do it, they can have a job easily.
Yeah, but still Japan is a university graduate certificate. Is a mark. I graduated from this university. Is a kind of.
But see, Dave here, who has no university degree, but who has been successful in life, I get it. No, I get the previous system. Each culture makes its own decision what they consider to be important. And a company like, I keep using the word Toyota, company like Toyota, he came from a top university. That's a sign to them that this kid knows how to keep his nose to the grindstone. He did the exams, he studied, he worked. Once he was in university, it was playtime, but they know this is a kid who can apply himself. So that made sense back in the old system. But now that the population is lower, any kid can sort of go anywhere. And Toyota is so desperate. They're like, I don't care, you're a warm body, you're alive, just come over here, you know.
One big difference is that before, when I was a college student, once you start working in a big company, the lifelong employees.
Yes.
But my daughter, for example, she changed it twice.
Yeah. What's the number now? I forget. I saw in a newspaper report today. After 3 years, I mean, the people graduating university, they start a company, and now after 3 years, I think something like 40% of them are gone already. It's a huge number.
Yes, but in many cases, they chose much better.
Oh, they jumped to a better job. Yeah. Or no, but I've read the story too. The story I had was the other way around. It said they first landed the highest paid job, but they realized this is hell, and they're now getting out and choosing jobs that may not pay so much, but that have better work-life balance and stuff like that.
But that happens not only in Japan, in other countries.
Sure, of course. This is the norm anywhere else. It's that Japan hasn't been normal in this environment before. Yeah. Lecture about university in Japan. Sorry, excuse me, whatever.
Should I tell time?
Yes, we've got a package, and it could be good news, it could be bad news, I don't know. Maybe if you could stand by for a second while I open this thing.
It's quite warm.
Let me get rid of my flask here, 1 sec. Ooh. Yosha.
Which package?
It's this one. And as somebody said, it's Schrodinger's box. Are these good prints or bad prints? We only know by opening the box. We can't tell. You know, the famous philosophical question or the quantum question. We're about to find out the same thing. Decent prints or not. Here's our price. Dave paid. Oh, there was a bunch of other people bidding on this. There was 12 people bidding on this, so it's not just me. And Dave got the auction here at 11,600 plus shipping. So. Oh, look at this. We don't have this very often. Can't recycle this, right? There's no way. Just we're going to have to chop in. This is not recyclable, I think, at all. Oh, who's here? Oh, I haven't seen you for a while. Nakamura-san, good morning. Can we slide it out? Yeah, okay, cut. Okay.
Here.
Yep. I know, a bit more. Just a minute. Okay, that should be enough to slide it out. Can we do that? No, a bit more. Hang on. Yep. That should do it. Where we go? Okay. Are we blocking the camera? No, we're okay. Good. Oh, I could have. 2. Our final score was 2. Okay, there are 2 albums. Oh, 3 albums here.
Have you did the correction of the name? You
Have I done the correction of the name?
Automation and Kyotomation.
I don't know, but
For the fan.
Yeah. No, not the fan prints. The Pochibukuro prints. Okay. Sidetrack.
Yeah, but they have to make
No, I know.
corrections.
I think we did make the correction. Okay. Okay, we have here. This is. Oh, that's another good one. Don't touch that. Yeah. That's show. Thank you. That's show and tell on Monday has just arrived. Enough. Okay. Edo Fuzoku Uki O.
Yo.
But it's not yo, it's o de shou. Anyway, Uki O E. Tai.
絵じゃないね。
Taikan janai.
どっかに書いて
I don't know, but also, but this is chu, which means usually this is probably jo, chu, ge, right? But look. What's this? Doesn't make any sense. That looks like, is that ge? That's something different. That's a different set. I have no idea. Okay, so this would be the volume 2, volume 3. I'm not convinced of that, but whatever. Let's have a peek. This is a set of prints published somewhere in the Taisho era. I think we will have dates on the back somewhere. No, there's no dates. Ishikawa Toyonobu is the designer. They're going to be one by one, and some of the prints here, and some of this stuff is in really not very condition. Look at this. Can we slide it over? Tell you, let's get the other 2 books out of the way for a moment. Thank you. And we have some Taisho era reproductions. And the prints themselves actually are super nicely made on very interesting paper. And it's a little bit hard. It's Taisho era carving. But they are, as you can see, they are glued into an environment. Oh my God, look at this. Look at the packaging. It's the world's worst, god-awful, incredible packaging, but the paper seems to have survived. It's still soft and flexible. Usually when we get paper that's been held for 100 years against acidic crap, the paper picks up the acidity and it becomes crumbly. This paper is still soft. So I think this is not really an acidic backing board, it's just cheap paper and it's been stored in a damp environment. And this is foxing / mold, I think. The prints look okay. Now they're dulled and toned, but I think I'm going to be able to get them out of here. And it's beautifully made. Look at the consistency of color across the thing. Do we have better light? I think every light in the building is on. It's a bit gloomy, I'm sorry. And one of these, I guess it's not in the first book. Oops, where are we? That folds down here. Okay, let's switch to the second book because let's switch because we're running. There's not so much time, and the one I want to really look at is in the second volume.
This one.
Thank you. It's in this one. Because we have here Okay, this is just a print. This is just a print. Where do we have it here? ちょっと待ってください. No, it's not this one. It must be in the green. It must be in the green book.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in the green book. Sorry, jump around. There's a specific item in here that I want to jump to. It's got to be from the same publisher. It's the same thing. Edo Fuzoku Ukiyo-e Tai something. And this is Dai Ni. It would be collection, and I can't read it. We're not even sure what it is, but it's collection number 2. And in here, according to the auction picture, is a spectacular item, and it's got to be not that one. One sec. My God, I've brought everybody to a show and tell. I'm not showing them anything. ちょっと待ってください. This is what you get when you don't open things before the stream, so you can't see what's going on. I think this is it. This is Toyokuni, and it is...
Sammai. Triple.
No. It continues more. We have 1, 2...
12. 3枚続き。3枚.
Just a sec. We have 1, 2, 3. It keeps going. Well, that's not the one. It keeps going. The thing connects. Oh no, yeah, this is the one. Here, look. Dun, da, da, da. Here we go.
Yeah.
We have can you maybe, if you leave the light, can you grab the camera?
Grab the camera.
Leave the prints, and can you? Go back with the camera. Move backwards,
Okay.
backwards, and there you are. And that's far enough.
Okay.
And then this control here, undo that, and now you should be able to zoom out. And the handle, the big handle sticking out the back.
This one?
No, the big handle.
Okay,
Look. And we have, what's it called? A I don't know, pentatriptych, pentapic? Help me somebody, I don't know what this is called. No idea. And this is all totally hand carved and printed. All the colors match. What have we got? How many heads did the dudes have to carve? Each print has, oh my God, look at this. It's obviously a made-up scene from somewhere in the Yoshiwara, I guess. There's girls getting ready to have a dinner. There's guests here. There's a bajillion things to see. Do you want to maybe zoom in and pan around it? Zoom up on the top. There's a little...
Here?
Yeah, see that? One, if you push it left or push it right.
Where's the zoom?
She's too short. She can't see the top of the camera.
No, I can see.
It's the... No, yes. No, in between those. Yes, that's it. Slide left, right.
Okay. Now I know.
No, you're taking pictures. No. That's one.
This one.
No, this button, the one with the zigzag.
Zigzag.
That's it. Push,
This one?
push, left, right. Yes,
Okay.
yes. Oh, too bad. You have to watch what you're doing
This
here.
is
Yep.
maximum.
Okay. You're out. Now go in.
This is a limit.
Okay, go the other way. I want you to zoom in so we can see details. Yes, slowly.
Oh, this is first time.
Okay.
I use this.
We're laughing.
Okay.
No problem. And
So what?
well, just look at the computer screen here so you can see what's going on.
I can see the computer screen.
Here you are.
Okay, now I
And
see.
just whatever, just pan over it bit by bit. Where's my hand for a scale here? Where is she? I can't find it. Here's our scale. This is my finger. So these heads are all literally about the size of my finger. And there's hair and eyes and makeup and hair pieces. Go ahead, pan around. I can't move the thing itself here, so So when I saw this on the auction the other day, I was a bit put off. The condition looked really, really terrible. But this gorgeous, incredible, what is it, a pentapic, polyptic? I don't know what the word should be used. And I'm gassed to get this. It's plus minus. It's beautifully done. The Taisho carving, again, is really hard and brittle. And the Taisho coloring is nothing like what the old coloring would have been. We've got this everywhere. There's purple and red. The same purple and red have been used everywhere. And they're not really attractive colors. But give me a break. And I'm just guessing, it looks like a Yoshiwara scene, I guess, right? There's upstairs, downstairs. There's, I don't know. I was thinking it might be kabuki, backstage of a kabuki theater, but no. I think it's Yoshiwara. What do you think, Sadako? I think it's Yoshiwara, Taisho. Yes. This is the kitchen at the back. These are the people in the kitchen cooking. They're warming up sake. Well, that's the publisher. That's the print publisher. That's not the content. That's the publisher's name.
So Yoshiwara.
And we have ladies here getting the trays ready for serving dinner. But everybody looks like an oiran. It's crazy. It wouldn't in any way be a realistic thing. It's a pastiche of a million different things that would have happened in a Yoshiwara place. What about this one? Look at this. Can we see this? Can you get over here, Sadako? What have we got here? There's a shrine inside the building. We've got some name tags hanging up. There's chopstick packages, if that's what they are. And there's a little name board. I'm not sure what's going on here. I'll have to dig into the research, see if we can find some information about this.
Research about Yoshiwara.
Well, I mean, this print set is probably known, but I've never seen it before. Can I get back to who is this and what is this? This is, where did we have it? One sec. It's marked as Hokusai. What? What? One, I'm going to say no. Maybe when Hokusai was still working as an apprentice, he was in Shunsho's workshop. And maybe this is something he did as an apprentice. Or when he was still, what was his name? Not Taito, I forget. He had a name. I forget his name. One of the names before he became the person we know as Hokusai.
Yeah, he hasn't.
Not Taito. I forget. It began with a T.
Quite a lot.
So this does not look like any Hokusai that I would recognize. Yeah, so both ends. So the previous owner has put this in and not been careful. And both the prints, the print on the left and the print on the right, are folded in. They've been creased in. So we'll have to be careful with this. We didn't do that, Sadako. It was there from the beginning. So. Okay, I can't hold it up for you. I'm sorry. It's all, you know, in one big long package tied together. But I am one happy camper. There's a whole bunch of prints. There's probably 20 prints altogether. And to get it for 11,000 yen, I think is a pretty good find. Whether we can safely get this out of here, it's super thin paper. Can I get it out of here? I don't know. You've seen me slicing prints out pretty carelessly. I can do this, because the prints I'm slicing out are easy come, easy go. They're 1960s reproductions, the one you saw me doing the other day. This is not. This is a really, really nice, beautiful item that I do not want to spoil. So it's not so easy. It's very thin paper. I don't know what kind of glue it is. I'm not sure if I can get this out of here safely. We'll see. We'll see. So if we ended up losing the top of the print, maybe that would be a price to pay for saving it. I don't know. Somebody's mentioned the coloring. The colors are hontoni awful. It's a terrible green, a terrible purple, a terrible red. I'm just so ashamed of the Taisho printers. Why didn't they, with all the hundreds of years of history behind them, I think they thought this looked new and modern. It's the thing, you know, something that's been in place for a few hundred years, you get suddenly access to some new pigments. Wow, they look new and fresh and clean. 100 years later now, we can see that the original pigments were beautiful, and that stuff that those guys thought were fresh and clean are actually ugly. But I get it. To them it was, wow, let's use this new stuff. It's a shame, absolute shame. Okay, I guess we better leave it now. The girls want to get the shop cleaned up and get opened, and me too. I've got lots of work to do. I'll see you again Monday morning. We might open these books again and look at some of the prints that I just carelessly passed today in my hunt to find this one. See you in a couple more days. Let's get the outside camera back up. Okay, Salvaging, your camera's off. Thank you.
Okay.
Let's get the outside camera back up. I've managed to lose it. There it goes. Okay, another beautiful sunny day in Asakusa, as the tourists call it. See you in a couple of days. Signing off. 3, 2, 1. Bye for now.